What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video where today I'm going to be giving you an exclusive look into my preparation for, let's be honest, what is the biggest match of my career to date, Schoolboy at King of the Table 11, June 1st in Dubai. As many of you know, Schoolboy is one of the most formidable opponents in arm wrestling. On June 1st, we will be facing off in what I promise you to be an absolutely epic showdown. Now, to get ready for this match, I've been pushing my limits in the gym pretty hard. I've been working on not only my strengths and making them better, which I consider to be my pronation and my wrist rise, but my wrist flexion, my endurance, my bicep strength. All of those things have been big factors for me, as well as also conditioning in a table specific sense. It's no secret that I have talked about Kings moving Schoolboy. So I really needed to recruit as many people as I possibly could to help me achieve that. So here's a little bit of a sneak peek add to what my routine has looked like. Yes, I need strength, but also I need endurance. I don't believe he has that great of endurance, and I intend to expose that. It's not ultimately just going to be about brute force in this match. It will be very much about technique. It'll be about execution and a lot about strategy. Okay, so let's talk specifically about the strategy. I am an arm wrestler who I like to put it out there. I like to tell my opponents what they're going to do. It doesn't matter. I've had so many people tell me in the past, why do you do this? Why do you give your opponent your plan? Well, the first answer to that is it's how I actually perform best. I like to declare what I'm going to do. I also feel it puts a degree of mental pressure on my opponent that often forces them to struggle. And Schoolboy himself, let's be honest, is not known for handling mental pressure well. So the strategy for me is going to involve tying up Schoolboy. I want to get into a long battle. I don't believe that Schoolboy has good endurance. I have seen him fail in the top roll sense in his recent matches against Leonidas. And once that happens, he seems to scramble. He seems to lose confidence, and he doesn't seem to have the ability to sustain a defensive position or a squeezing position that ends up giving him a victory. Usually what we see is him become frantic and start to panic and start to really go for those Hail Mary passes in the form of what usually comes in as a flop press. Now, I'm completely ready for the flop press and I have all the counters ready. So the strategy for me that I've declared is I will look to impart an open arm top roll. Now, I say an open arm top roll rather than a king's move because what I define as the king's move is what I think a lot of people in the arm wrestling world classify as that ugly, illegal move, that arm bar, that straight arm where the shoulder goes well below the table. Now, I do not want to end up in that position. My intention is to stay well and truly above the table in a very strong open arm top roll. Think about the way that people like Denis Saplenkov arm wrestle in a defensive sense, or even the people like Engin Terzi has a tremendously effective open arm top roll. Svetan Gashevsky, another one that comes to mind in that respect. That is how I want to arm wrestle, where I am really in this position here. My pronation is engaged as a major defense. My bicep is still involved. Crucially, it's still involved because when that flop press transition happens, and it will happen, because Schoolboy, if I am in that position, will not be able to pull through me with side pressure. People like Lachlan there can't pull me. People like Ricky Bourneman can't pull through it. Schoolboy's not going to pull through it. I truly, truly believe that to core of my being. I believe I've done the work. And look, confidence ultimately comes from discipline, not from talent. And I know in my heart that I have done the work. And I know that I deserve to be confident in myself. And I will. So if Schoolboy gets stuck into that king's move, he is going to transition to a flop press at one point in time. And that is why it's so crucial that I'm not completely open arm. I don't want to be in a king's move. I want to be in an open arm top roll. In the open arm top roll, I still have very good access to side pressure. At the transition of his efforts to initially go sideways, top roll, hook me, whatever he wants to do, when that transition to the flop happens, it's crucial that that side pressure is able to be imparted from me to his arm, and that will really make him back off. It'll scare his elbow. He won't be able to maintain center position. And as he goes to impart that downforce, he's going to get taken sideways. Now, at that point in time, Schoolboy is going to start to panic. He's going to start to look for his brother. As he does, over the shoulder, Schoolboy loves to look for his brother when it all goes wrong. Now, I intend on bringing that pain to him very, very early on in the match. This is, of course, a 7-round match, a best of 7-round match, meaning that he has to get 4 rounds successfully completed in order to win the match, as do I. But for me, that is not an issue because I do believe that endurance heavily leans towards me. What I consider the biggest weapons for Schoolboy is his size, his leverage, and his top-end power. His strength, I have to admit, look, it's got to be bigger than mine. In any single motion, you would have to assume that a man that is 130 kilos, 6'5", is just going to be stronger. He will try to flash pin me, and that is why it's so crucial that I tie him up. Now, I mentioned mental toughness, and I do really believe that mental toughness is almost as equally important as the physical strength required to be in this match. Now, I think that staying calm and being focused under pressure is super critical. I am practiced in that far more than Schoolboy is. I'm not just preparing my body in this preparation, I'm really working on my mind. I want it to be sharp, I want it to be resilient, but most of all, I want it to be calm and collected under pressure. I feel that Schoolboy struggles in that regard. He's still ultimately a young man. He's 22 years of age and has been arm wrestling for about 7 years, and he's under a lot of pressure here. I believe he selected this match, or he accepted this match, because I was meant to be that easy win, that turning point that gets him back into the winner's column. He's someone that has a lot of pressure on him due to his enormous subscriber base. He's the largest arm wrestling YouTuber in the world, and he's got so many people with such high expectations. He's lost to Leonidas. He's lost to Awa Jashel. Both of those things don't look good for his reputation, and he is desperate to turn that around. Now, I am not sure Schoolboy can do that because I know that I can. I can handle the pressure, and I think it's going to be a major, major factor in this match. Ultimately, guys, I am incredibly excited for King of the Table 11. Facing Schoolboy is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. It's actually a question that I've had asked of me by the fans of the sport on the internet more than any other. How would you go against Schoolboy? I've always respectfully said I think it's a great match. I always have said, look, he's the bigger man, he's stronger, but I do believe I have it within me. I am ready for this match. And as I said before, confidence comes from discipline, not from talent. I think Schoolboy has an immense amount of talent, where I know that I have done the work. 11 years of preparation for this moment. The discipline that I have put into those 11 years will serve me well. And I will walk into this match absolutely full of confidence.